Hi and welcome. This is Patty Ridings and you're watching Southland TV. Today's subject is suicide prevention. A topic that we have to address in our community, and we want to make sure that you understand the importance of the causes, the symptoms, the effects, and also the best intervention practices. And to help us with this subject is our friend Whitney McDaniels. She's an LCPC, a certified mediator, and a parenting coordinator for associates in professional counseling. Welcome, Whitney.
Thank you.
I am pleased to know that we have an expert that can address these issues to our community and making sure that before the project, our program is done today, people feel that they have hope and know how to reach this very difficult topic. And you specifically deal with children in this issue. So tell me, what is the rate right now on suicide among children?
The rate right now is there is a suicide in children 13 and under, 1 every 5 days.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's pretty sad. And what are the signs that parents should be watching for? Because most people are not saying, oh no, that's just a stage, this is what's going on, and we make all these excuses. But because of these rates, it's something that we need to take seriously. So tell me some of the signs.
So I would say right now there's been a huge increase in depression.
Okay.
Our kids are being bullied more. Kids are reporting feeling more lonely. The increased use of social media. Kids are feeling more disconnected than ever before because people don't have to talk anymore, right? They can just text one another. They're not engaging in play. They're, staying inside more often. So those are the main signs and symptoms that we're seeing a huge increase of.
But when do you think that a parent, because some of those signs people will say, oh, well, this can be just a bad day or whatever. But when can a parent take action?
I would say when all of those things are happening more days than not.
Yes, and that's a difficult thing because parents don't recognize it, because we discussed this before. We're too busy. We work, both parents work. What time do we have to really listen to our children, having open communications? And one of the things that we discussed in another series that we had earlier was taking time to have dinner.
Right.
At least once a week, where we be able to, my earring just went off, that's okay. When we have help our children with things that open communication, not just, a yes and no answer when we asking questions, and you discuss ways to bring that communication openly. Can you remind some of the audience what are things that can help people have conversation and identify if this is for real and I need to take an action now?
Right. I would say those numbers should scare people.
Yeah.
Right. 1 in 5.
Yes.
And so I think you have to make time for your children. If, the goal once a week to have dinner together, I think that's huge. Even if it's takeout and, bringing it home, turning off the TV and having a family unplug.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
And, it should be a family rule. The kids and adolescents that I work with, and sometimes we bring the parents into the session, the main complaint, right, from the parents is they're always on their devices, but then, the kids tattle on their parents, which they love, right? And they're like, but guess what? My parents are always on the devices.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And so, my suggestion is like, hey, we have an unplug during dinner time, right?
Absolutely.
And to put all devices away and, you have a conversation. And I challenge everyone out there to do that because it's really hard, right? Even for myself, right? The work I do and, everything's on my phone and, you know, getting text messages and phone calls, right? Because I don't work a typical 9-to-5 job,
Yes.
you know, and so that's my challenge to you guys out there, to unplug, you know, at least once a week for your children, and, you know,
Do you know what I've done? Listening to this personally, two things. We have had the rule, of course, that when we are at the table, there's no phones on the table.
Okay.
I mean, that's one. I mean,
Yes.
we take each other's phones. It's funny, so that we forget about something, or I'm still pending for an issue here from the studio. I will warn Mark and let him know, our producer. I am with my children, and he will know right away. Say, if you have anything, text me, and I will check it after later on. It is to keep the communication there because it's work related. But I tell you one thing that have helped me, because I don't have enough time to talk to them, and my children are grown already, is call them on the phone.
Yes.
They don't have a choice but use their device to talk to me.
Right.
So I told them, and we were laughing about that, because they were spending time on the phone with me talking more than I said, don't text me. You know, so I want to hear their voice.
Right.
Again, you know, you want to check on your children, and you think, well, I'm checking on them. You're texting them.
Right. Right, and you can't hear their emotion.
No, absolutely not.
Right, you can't do any of that, right? And so I'm fine on a text message. You're like, oh, they're fine, right? But they actually might, you know, have been crying,
That's
right?
right.
Or they might be scared.
Yeah.
You can't read any of their emotions,
Yeah.
their tones,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anything. And
Yes.
that is what we're missing as a society, but definitely
Yes.
as a family. And our kids need us most right now.
Yes.
I mean, life is stressful, school is demanding,
Absolutely.
bullying is up, and it's just really hard, right, to be a kid and adolescent.
And our kids are in pain.
They
How
are.
are you going to know that they're going through pain if you don't take the time to listen to them, to watch their behavior, to make sure that you are saying, this is a sign that I need to be concerned about, but watch it periodically, you know, and monitor those emotions for them. So we're not just saying, you know what, this is just a situation because they got mad at their friend.
Right.
No, got mad at their friend because
Right.
there's a reason behind it, and not just, well, they're not just friends anymore. We talked about that before, and it might create a push through a suicide thought. You know, and they even consider it. Now, let me ask you this: when there is no plan, just a verbal statement, what can parents say, or what can parents do?
So I would say it depends on the statement, right? Like, you know, I want to hurt myself, right?
Wow.
If your child has never said that, that's really scary.
Yeah.
You know? And so I would say, you know, you need to sleep with the doors open. Maybe you need to sleep on the floor with them, or they need to sleep on the floor with you. And, you know, you need to, you know, maybe call their doctor, right? And go in and see their doctor, assess the situation, contact their school, you know, and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, once again, I think kids are using those words because they're hearing it more often. Right?
Yeah.
But you definitely have to assess the situation.
Yes.
Because it's not normal, right?
No.
For kids to say those things.
That's right.
Right?
Something has pushed them to be there.
Right.
And it's our responsibility as parents to take action on it and to communicate with them, follow through, like you said, school, their friends, contact other things. And if you also are a family member of a child that has confined in you, because maybe they won't say that to their parents, but they have confined on you, or you hear a child that your daughter or son have heard about this. What do you do in those situations?
You need to contact right, that other parent's friend or, you know, whatnot.
Let them know,
Absolutely.
please address this issue because we have to take action on it.
Right.
And how can they parents reach you? Because I know you have a strong passion to make sure that these issues are addressed, they're handled properly. How can they reach you, Whitney?
Sure. So my direct number is 708-448-0884, extension 25. And I have a number of colleagues that are well trained and versed in dealing with children, adolescents, and adults that you know, have dealt with this issue, and any one of us, you know, can assist and educate and, you know, come up with a treatment plan.
And please, I don't think that you're never early enough in this situation
Absolutely.
to ask for help. You have to reach out, and all you need to say, hey, you know what, there's not a problem.
Right.
Do you know the peace of mind that I will give a parent?
Yes.
So please take this information, make sure that you reach out, associates in professional counseling. And Whitney, again, thank you so much for bringing answers and hope to a lot of people that might be struggling with this issue.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.